What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Here at RHQ, in previous videos, we did a LVP, a luxury vinyl plank flooring with a matching color to this stair tread by Flooret, okay? Then we did all of our trim upstairs, but now we're ready to actually tackle these stairs. We have a Flooret tread, we have a Flooret riser, and in a previous video, Greg and I installed these trims and I got them all painted up and ready to go. A lot of people were curious and wondering why I didn't pre-paint those. Well, I just didn't show it in the video, but definitely you wanna paint that before we put these on. They're probably gonna be some touch-up, but these Flooret treads are made for returned staircases, or just in my case, when you have straight to a piece of trim, we'll cut these off. But before we get on the treads, we have to tackle the very top, which is the transition from the floor into the stairs. So let's start up there and we'll work our way down. All right, so what we've got is this top piece of trim. It looks like the nosing of our stairs, and it will land on top of our floor somewhat like this, and is gonna look really nice. What we have to do though is, when I did the floor, I didn't know what I was gonna do exactly, so I just ran it wild. We need to get some measurements so that we can cut this back and install some solid wood underneath this floor, because this floor actually is on top of a radiant heated floor system, which is just styrofoam. So that's not good to attach this to, and you'll see that as we cut it open. But we need to probably put a riser on first, so we know where this is gonna be. All right guys, so this is the Stair Wizard. I've owned this since way back in my remodeling days, when I used to do like custom staircases for people, and I didn't wanna mess up like expensive oak treads and risers. So Greg, what you can do with this, it's all like kind of loose and weird. There's a bunch of different like Amazon brands and stuff I've seen, or Temu shop brands, but I literally can set it right here on the top, okay? So this is the height of my riser, right?
Okay.
I push this out here, tighten. Maybe I untightened or loosened it just a little too much.
Seems like it. Oh my goodness.
I loosened it a little too much.
You drill for that thing.
Come over here.
Yep.
No, I think I got it. Okay, get one side, tighten, then we take the other side. Okay, go ahead and tighten those since you're here. So I think you kind of understand, but we'll take this down, we'll put this on the riser, it'll make even more sense. But if you don't get it by now, you probably shouldn't be doing finished stairs. This is the Stair Wizard. I think I paid like 250 bucks for this thing. Definitely there are multiple brands out there that are cheaper, probably made of plastic, but this is a nice like heirloom quality wood.
You should make your own.
We'll call it the Stair Wizard.
Wizard.
So I'm gonna take my pen over here, okay? And then my pen on this side. Maybe I need to get a different pen. This one's not marking up.
Maybe a pencil would be better, like a sharp pencil.
Yeah, that's good enough to start. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead now and cut those, and I'm gonna do a slight bevel on my saw blade. Greg, you wanna grab that?
I'm grabbing the vacuum.
Yep. I'm just gonna put like a 5 degree on this girl. Now the key here is, what's nice about this saw is it has the light. So the light shines down and I can kind of see where it's going to hit on my line, and then I can adjust my miter saw. So that's pretty good, but that's not good. This is what gets tedious. And you could just cut this and then sand to it, but that's also kind of a tedious job. So we're gonna try this. See, I left that just a little bit. Hopefully that's where the angled bevel helps out, and when it goes in, it's good. This is where the time will be spent, Greg. No, it's probably just tight because my line was just barely off the, you know what I'm saying?
That looks good over here.
Yeah, I think we're just,
Ish, maybe not. Never mind.
What?
Because you gotta go down.
Yeah.
So now we got a slight gap over there.
Okay, that's
better.
That's much better. Right there. Now, the biggest problem here is that this would be so easy if my wall continued back to here and this nosing was just gonna die right into it. That's not the case here, so I actually have to wrap this around, and the challenge is that the ends of these are not finished. So I have to miter this, which that's not too big of a deal. We'll miter it right in this corner, but then when it comes this way, I also need to do a mitered return back to the wall so that you don't see this. So I've got a couple things to figure out, but first we'll start with just getting this all cleared away, get a solid piece of wood underneath where this foam is right now, and then that's what we'll glue this to. And I'm more or less talking to you guys because I'm talking to myself, how I'm trying to walk through figuring all this out to make sure I don't make a mistake, because I've only got 2 of these pieces of trim. So, all right, so we're coming back 3 inches. Yeah, we're deep enough. Yeah, I see blue. There you go. So that's...
Got it.
Nice job, buddy. All right, so now we need a piece of wood here because I figured it wouldn't be good to glue to a piece of styrofoam. So we'll get a little chunk of wood right here, glue it, screw it, and then we can start working on these trim pieces.
I'd rather cut off my fingers.
But you're using a saw stop, it won't let your finger get cut off.
That's true. Wait, what happened to the other glue that Cole brought up?
I didn't like it. It's not my fault. This is Type Bond 3 Ultimate, so I decided to use. He only had Type Bond 2, so
that's fair.
I just got the Ultimate. This is only 40, or no, it's like 49 inches. I don't remember exactly, but roughly 48 or 49 inches. So when I put this on here, it's not gonna be able to be a 1-piece to my miter. That really sucks. I'm gonna have to 2-piece this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a clean miter, make sure I like this end. That way this will just be whatever it is, and I will cut a piece to fit in here. I think by the time I glue it and get it all fastened, you're probably not gonna really even notice it anyway, so it is what it is. All right, so that's how that's gonna be. So 10 7/8. This is gonna be the tricky part, man. I have to stop this cut and then miter out on the end. Don't slip. I feel like at any moment I could just tear it. Okay. All right, so now that I've hopefully got the right piece, I hope, that's gonna go there. Okay, I can make that work.
That opens up your miter a little bit.
I can adjust that.
Okay.
That looks money, doesn't it? So this is 2 11/16. Let's go cut one at 2 11/16. We'll make sure everything fits perfectly, and then it's time to get it adhered. That actually looks pretty clean, does pretty good. I'm not a fan of this having a lip, and they do make trims that go right into the flooring itself so that it's a smooth transition. The problem is, because I have this wraparound, you couldn't really do it unless you somehow planned it out so that right here at the miter, this piece went right there, but I don't know, I couldn't think through it, and I wanted to start back there, so yeah, this is the way it's gotta be. It's a little bit of an over-lipped piece, but it'll be fine. Once it's glued down. Oops.
And right there is tight.
Oh, it's perfect, brother. Perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna start with your little guy, and then we're gonna work this way and finish with the little tip. So, we are going to use Lexel
Favorite sealant.
because it is sticky to almost anything, including PVCs. It doesn't get hard, okay? It gets firm and won't go anywhere, but it will have some movement in it. In fact, I think, not that I'm getting paid to say this, but I was looking up some information about Lexel this morning to make sure I could use it on this product, and it said something like it stretches 750%.
That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. So it's not gonna go anywhere, but if there's a little bit of movement in this, which it being a PVC and it is in a very climate controlled room, if something were to happen and it wanted to move, it hopefully won't break the bond of the adhesive to the substrate. It will just kind of flex and come back. One thing we need to do before we do this, thank you, Michael, is we need to make sure that this riser is also glued in place. So I'm just gonna try to slide that out. And when we do this, we're just gonna take a piece of sandpaper, just rough up the surface a little bit. We're not super worried, but why not give it a little bit of something more to grab onto? Smell those VOCs, baby.
That's how you know it's a good
That's what
sealant.
I'm talking about. That's how you wake up in the morning. Okay.
Well, I smell coffee, so.
Little pull out. Oh no. No. Here, you got it.
There you go.
You got it.
Wait. Pull out and pull out.
Okay. It's a little tight.
Oh man.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, let's just kind of get it in there and then we'll tape it. This is just to try to keep it together at this joint as good as possible.
I think it will.
I think it will too. All right.
So we did do pellets on that job.
So I don't think this is all that heavy, but we need another piece of wood coal to go here. So what I'm going to do is tape right on this miter so that if anything squeezes out, it won't go there, you know?
It won't get on the face.
That's the goal anyway.
That's what he's trying to say. Check in.
Okay. Make sure this is where what we're gonna do is give me some tape, brother. And I'm just gonna have faith that hopefully that this is nice and tight and clean. And when we pull this tape off, it's gonna look beautiful.
Well, you know what they say.
What?
They make new nosing every day.
That's right. Man, all that work and we can't even look at it and show you. So you're gonna have to wait. We'll pull this tape off at the end when we're done with this stairs and we'll see how all these miters turned out. But this was, in my mind, the hardest part of this staircase. Not even that hard. just time consuming. So now we know what we're gonna do with our risers. We've got a tread to cut. That'll be our first tread right here, and we're gonna work our way down from the top of the stairs. So let's go ahead and get into it. Lexel will do its job.
Yeah. Put it in a decent spot.
Okay, go ahead and. Yeah. Feels good. Looks good. Oh yeah, dude, look at that. That is, I don't like that gap. But I'll probably end up caulking them and painting them anyway. You're not annoying at all, Lou. Okay. You can annoy me as much as you want. It's the only dog I've ever really loved. And I had some good dogs, but this guy's my dog. All right, how many of these do you think that I will go up there one time them? How many are you thinking?
Oh, geez, probably.
Out of the 17 more.
1 out of 5.
Okay, 1 out of 5. Okay, that's a little too tight for me. I'm gonna learn exactly what I have to do, and pretty soon I'm gonna go up and do a one taker on these. I'm not really a fan of Greg marking and me cutting, because the way he marks is different than the way I might mark and assume it, but this is not really a two-man job, if I'm being honest. It kind of makes me a little bit worried, but I'm just gonna have faith. Wonder if anybody's saying that the zigzags were better than the strong, long lines like this. What do you think? Would you glue up with long lines or zigzags? Risers done. Hopefully they all stuck into the back of the sub riser, I guess I'll call it. And there's no like bow out on these. I tried making sure they were all good. One of them I screwed down because I didn't like it, but everything else seems pretty good. So I don't want to have to scribe a bunch of treads. So now we're gonna be very carefully, we're gonna walk up there. We gotta be very careful. We don't wanna step on it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sidestep, you gotta crab crawl it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more.
It's kind of weird on my knee. You know, it sure makes it easier with you, Greg.
Yeah, imagine
When I
doing it
used
by
to have to do
yourself.
this all by myself, that sucked.
It sounds miserable.
I mean, not miserable, just a lot of work.
Pretty
a lot
miserable.
Of back and forth, just takes twice as long. Okay, I like it. The heavier the weight, the closer we are to the bottom. We don't have to climb the stairs. Ah, my wrist though, Greg. I can't wait to, you know, take everything off and walk up it. I think this is actually, let's see, there's 2 tubes up there. I think this is number 7 or 8. Let's start down here. We're gonna use this whole tube up. Get down in there. I don't know if this is really effective, but at least the center of the step will be pressed in place. Look at that. And we still got more dumbbells to go. That is the stair treads, the risers. I'm excited, and we'll end this with cleaning this off, and we'll go up this staircase to see how that top turned out. But we won't do that for 24 to 48. All right, guys, it's been 1 week, not because I needed it to be a week to set up the Lexel on the stair treads, although it can take 1 to 2 weeks for full cure time. We are now gonna take all these weights off. We're gonna see how it feels walking up and down, and we'll get to that top where we'll check out those trims and kind of wrap up this video, okay? So unfortunately, somehow, I'm like alone here today, and I guess it's on me to go ahead and get rid of all these weights, and well, yeah, this kind of sucks. Whose idea was this anyway? All right, weights cleared off. This is the part I've been most nervous about, pulling this tape off these trims. That is my first joint. Look at that. That is money and feels solid. All right. I think I can live with that. That is clean. Nice. And this little guy, which really had nothing but the adhesive to hold it together. Look at that. No movement, rock solid. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Look at that. Stairs finally done, floor done, trim done, and yes, I need to do something about the echo. A lot of people on social commented about the echo. Dude, this is a 1,000 square foot empty room with hard surfaces everywhere. As soon as you start putting things like couches, furniture, whatever it is, it's going to take away most of that echo. If not, I'll have to get creative and figure out some good like decor that I can hang up with sound deadening properties. But that's not for today's video, that's another video. How do you guys think the Flooret stairs turned out? I think it's amazing, and this trim turned out way better than I anticipated. It looks super clean, and the stairs feel extremely solid and look great. So thanks for hanging out for this video, guys. That is the end of the Flooret install, both on the flooring and the stairs. I think next for me in this project here is I need to do a lot of painting. I need to put final coats of paint because right now everything's basically primed on the walls, touch up trim, paint trim. That's gonna be an exhaustive job. I'm happy that I got the trim up. That alone, I think, deserves a thumbs up on the video, guys, because this is not something that normally a carpenter does, is finishes his trim. Let's see if we can keep the ball rolling and I get motivated to finish all the paint, outlet covers, and make this a final space. And we'll do a full video on RRHQ, show you how it's finished up downstairs, upstairs, And let me know if you're excited for that in the comments. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, clean up. Catch you guys on the next video.